Released on June 5, 1998, Peter Weir's The Truman Show is often credited with predicting the reality television phenomenon that would begin in earnest 2 years later with Survivor. It's also notable that it gave already famous movie star Jim Carrey credibility as a dramatic actor, and even earned him a Golden Globe. Here are 15 things you might not know about the Oscar-nominated film. Today, I am going to show you 15 interesting facts about The Truman Show. Before the start of the video, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more content, subscribe to channel. Let's get started. 1. It was originally titled The Malcolm Show and was much darker in tone. In May of 1991, screenwriter Andrew Niccol presented a drama titled The Malcolm Show to his then manager, which he envisioned as a paranoid drama set in Manhattan, with Gary Oldman in the title role. 2. The plot is similar to a movie in 2 episodes of The Twilight Zone. Critics compared The Truman Show to Paul Bartel's 1968 short film The Secret Cinema, which starred Amy Vance as a secretary who doesn't know that her life is being filmed and shown to her duplicitous friends and family in private screenings. The Secret Cinema was played before showings of Woody Allen's Take the Money and Run in 1969 and remade into a 1986 episode of Amazing Stories. Niccol said he had never heard of the film or the episode in question when he wrote The Truman Show. Niccol's screenplay was also compared to 2 episodes of The Twilight Zone, A World of Difference and Special Service. 3. Jim Carrey took a pay cut to play Truman Burbank. Instead of his then standard $20 million paycheck, Carrey accepted $12 million for his dramatic acting services. 4. Norman Rockwell and the 1940s were big inspirations. Laura Linney looked at 1940s Sears and Roebuck catalogs as preparation for her role as Meryl, Truman's wife. Norman Rockwell's Saturday Evening Post covers were studied by director Peter Weir before shooting to get the right look. In the shooting script, 7-year-old Truman's schoolmistress is described as a kindly Norman Rockwell-style teacher. 5. Linney had another inspiration for her part. Linney took some inspiration from her own mother for the film, not to play actress Hannah Hart, but to play actress Hannah Hart playing Meryl Burbank, Truman's wife and a nurse at the SEAHAVEN hospital. Linney's mother was a cancer nurse at Memorial Sloan Kettering. 6. Most of the film was shot in the planned community of Seaside, Florida. It fit the vintage Rockwellian aesthetic the filmmakers were seeking. All of those building in Seaside are asked to include a front porch and white picket fence. 7. Production waited 1 year for Carrey to finish working on Liar Liar. During that time, Weir and Niccol worked on 14 drafts of the script. Weir also wrote a 10-page backstory that went into the history of the television show The Truman Show within the movie. According to the backstory, Christof was 29 years old when he convinced the Omnicam Corporation to give him the go-ahead to produce a show called Bringing Up Baby, starring an infant whose first year in the world would be fully documented. 8. A documentary was produced with the SEAHAVEN actors about the TV show. Weir found that he had so much good material asking the actors to come up with answers to his questions as their on-screen personas that he put together a documentary unit to capture everything. Some parts made it to the movie, and the rest were turned into a half-hour documentary about the show that ran on Nick at Night, presented as an episode of True Talk, hosted by Harry Shearer's Mike Michelson character. 9. Ed Harris was a last-minute replacement for Dennis Hopper. Hopper was supposed to play Christof, but he was either fired or left due to creative differences 2 months into filming. Different versions of the story abound. Harris met Weir on set on a Thursday, worked on another project in New York for 4 days, then started work as Christof on a Tuesday. He would end up winning the Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor and scoring one of the film's 3 Oscar nods. 10. Theater audiences were almost part of the movie. Weir had planned for projectionists to stop the film at one point during all screenings, cut to video shot by cameras installed in every theater, and then cut back to the movie. To make things even more meta, the Oscar-nominated director flirted with the idea of playing Truman's character, Christof, himself. 11. There is a psychiatric condition called the Truman Show delusion. In 2008, a psychiatrist shared that he had met 5 schizophrenic patients and heard of another dozen who believed their lives were reality television shows. One patient climbed the Statue of Liberty, believing that his high school girlfriend would be at the top, which was the key to him being able to leave the show. 12. The original script was much darker. Andrew Niccol's original script for The Truman Show was much darker in tone than the final product. The scene in which Truman threatens Meryl was initially more violent, with Truman actually trying to drown his wife, and there was also a scene in which he cheated on his wife with a prostitute. There were also scenes in which he ignored a sexual assault staged by actors, threatened to kill a baby, and pointed a flare gun at a man. 13. Brian De Palma was initially set to direct. Brian De Palma, best known for violent movies like Scarface, Carrey, and Blowout, was initially contracted to direct The Truman Show. However, when he left United Talent Agency, he was no longer obligated to make the movie, and the search for a new director could begin. Steven Spielberg, Tim Burton, Sam Raimi, Terry Gilliam, and Barry Sonnenfeld were all considered for the job. Raimi even met with Jim Carrey. These filmmakers would have all turned out a very different version of the movie than the one we got. 14. Paramount was worried about the movie's commercial appeal. Calling The Truman Show the most expensive art film ever made, Paramount executives were worried about its chances of success because of its $60 million price tag and heady satirical commentary. The studio wanted the movie to have a lighter tone than Andrew Niccol's original script, which Peter Weir agreed with, and the script had to undergo 16 rewrites before Weir was happy with it. 15. Studio executives missed the point and tried to include product placement. Throughout the production of The Truman Show, Paramount executives pressed Peter Weir to emphasize Jim Carrey's zany comedic talents, even suggesting turning the film into an all-out comedy. Executives also tried to cram in some product placement, completely missing the point of the movie. Weir asked the executive who suggested this if he'd even read the script. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications to see more of our future videos. With that said, keep enjoying our videos, and I'll see you in the next video.